Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever heard that old saying, to look to the future, sometimes you need to look to the past? Well, what if the next Nintendo console we're getting is going to look more like the Wii U? Maybe Nintendo's not done with that concept. Today we're going to go over a leak I have, and maybe it's pointing in that direction, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. I wasn't able to really game during the Wii U era, and I never had a Wii U, but it's kind of something I wish I could go back and experience, and maybe Nintendo feels the same way. Before we get into this video, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the support I've been getting recently. It truly means the world to me, so truly thank you so much. And let's just go ahead and get right into this video. So normally when Nintendo shows off a console in their patents, this one was made April 18th, so yesterday at the time of this recording, they will show the actual Switch. Whenever they're talking about any games or anything that they're making, they always show the Switch. Here's another picture from that same patent, and as you can see, they're just showing off the Switch and the Joy-Cons. So whenever they're talking about anything, even in the future, 9 times out of 10, they show off the Switch. But remember when this console came out? This weird console that is a dual screen and can split in half, and you can pass a tablet to somebody and you can keep one. Kind of looks like a 3DS. I felt that was something strongly that could actually happen. It was very intriguing nonetheless, right? Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, more and more I'm finding this other console that Nintendo's putting in their patents. And it's not something I think that they've patented, but it's something they're using to, I guess, show images of what they're trying to work on. And I'm finding it more and more frequently. So this patent that we're going to go over today isn't so much to do with a console. I think this is to do with like new servers, so the internet will be faster or whatever when you're playing online gaming. Maybe this is for the Switch too, maybe it's for the regular Switch. I don't really think that's the important part of this. But look at this console that they keep showing off. This almost looks very similar to the Wii U, except these buttons are different, I think. As you can see right here, there's a D-pad on that side. On the console we're looking at, there's a D-pad on this side. And like I previously mentioned, I've been seeing this more and more as I see these patents, and it's like, yes, this could be anything, right? But 9 times out of 10, when Nintendo's showing off anything to do with anything, a game, a technology, VR, anything, they're showing off the Switch. Or sometimes they don't show any console at all, and those are the things I think they're implementing definitely for the next Nintendo console. But I just find this very interesting, the shape. And the reason why I find it so interesting, I don't want to keep repeating myself here, I'm trying to really collect my thoughts right now, but if this was maybe old artwork left over from the Wii U, well then it would look like the Wii U. And as you can see right here, this has to do with like an online game or an online service. So this is not something I think that's implemented yet. I cannot get this damn console picture out of my head. When I go to sleep at night and I close my little eyes and I get my beauty rest, this is going to be the image in my brain. I'll just be, oh no, what is this? It haunts my dreams. What the hell is going on here? And it really has me curious. What is the appropriate step for Nintendo to go for the next console? Like, if you're Nintendo and you had all this massive success with the Switch, and we have to remember who Nintendo is. They're a pretty wacky company that likes to take a lot of risk. And I think I read somewhere that their most important goal is just to create products for people to have fun. So I don't think they care about being like at the forefront of technology and all this stuff. The Switch is very, very successful. We've seen leaks and rumors and whatever else that the next Nintendo console is going to be a better version of the Switch. And while, yes, that's exactly what I want, and that's probably what you want as well, right? A new Nintendo console that can play better versions of Switch games or just upscaled stuff, and just a better version of the Switch any which way you look at it. But when you think of what Nintendo wants, they probably think, well, the Switch has become more successful than we could have ever imagined. It's in its 7th year and it's still dominating sales. If there was ever a time for us to, I guess, do what we want to do and not what we're expected to do, or if there was ever a time for us to take a risk and do something a little different, this, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, would be that time. And when we do see all these weird consoles leak, it's always of like things that look older. Stuff that looks like a 3DS, or stuff that's looking like a Wii U now. I think it could actually work if Nintendo did something like that Wii U gamepad or that 3DS concept that's 2 different consoles. I think that's really a market that we're kind of missing right now. Every console in the world wants to do basically what the Switch did, or we have stuff like the Steam Deck and all these other handheld emulators and all these other whatever the hell we have coming out. I think Nintendo might go back to those old designs, or at least tweak them into something more modern. But if we get another Nintendo console and it looks just like the Switch, then yeah, that's awesome. But we truly have to remember who Nintendo is at the core of everything. They're just a company that makes some pretty wacky stuff sometimes. Like, look at some of Nintendo's products. The Nintendo 64 controller is insane. The GameCube is what it is. We have the Power Glove, we have the Wii, we have so much crazy shit to look back on. I think if Nintendo is ever going to take another risk on some weird, wacky shit, this next generation is the generation to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can ask you truly one question. If you were Nintendo, what would you do? Like, if you had all the success of the Switch, and you had the world in your palm right now, you could truly make any move you wanted, and you finally have a real moment where you could take a real risk, what would you do? As Nintendo, not as you, or me, the consumers. If you were Nintendo, what would you do? Down below, let me know your thoughts and opinions as always. If you could, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'd really appreciate a follow. We're growing on both platforms. It's a lot of fun talking to you guys over there, so I'd really appreciate a follow. And you guys know me. I'll see you soon with a new video. Peace out.